This video will give you a brief overview of the two options that our families have for return to school. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact our community, we are working hard to adapt and provide safe and enriching education opportunities for families who wish for their students to return to the classroom and for others who feel best to keep their students in a virtual environment. As always, every decision being made reflects guidance from our local health department, as well as what is indicated in the Virginia Return to School Plan, known as Recover, Redesign, and Restart. These guidelines focus first on the health and safety of students and staff. Our school board and leadership team have been listening to staff and community input through town halls, public hearings, email, and surveys, and we continue to review and adapt our plans based on the current health situation here in Fairfax County. We encourage families to choose based on health and safety concerns rather than on the availability of course or program options. School schedules, available courses, and participation in school activities may be limited in either option. However, both options will meet all state standards of learning and graduation requirements. Also, in both options, students will be assessed and will receive grades. No matter which option you choose, we will be prepared to move quickly back to all virtual instruction should health conditions worsen in the region. If conditions improve and directives from the governor change, we will consider bringing more students back into the physical classrooms. First, we'll take a brief look at a typical day for students who choose to return to their classroom. Instruction will be a minimum of 2 days a week. Additional days may be offered based on any updated health and safety guidelines. Schedules will be finalized and communicated in mid-August as family intent forms are processed, allowing schools to assign students to specific classes. Whenever possible, siblings will be assigned to the same in-person attendance cycle to simplify family arrangements. In-person classes will be either Wednesday and Friday or Tuesday and Thursday, with Mondays set aside for in-person interventions for select students as well as teacher planning time. Even when students are not in school, including Mondays, they will be given assignments to complete on their own. There may also be opportunities to connect with teachers online as needed. Students returning to school will first notice a change to their bus ride. Only one student will be permitted per seat, and each seat will be labeled. Buses will be sanitized regularly, and students will be required to wear a mask during transportation. Before the first day of school, parents will need to complete a form stating that they will perform a health screening at home every morning. Parents who do not return the form can expect their child to go through a temperature screening every day before being allowed to enter the school. Visitor access to the buildings will be limited. All students will be required to wear face cloth coverings while inside school buildings, as developmentally appropriate. Students who do not wear a face covering for any reason will receive daily random temperature checks. Students will be kept in smaller groups to limit interaction and may be eating lunch in their classrooms, which will be a school-by-school decision. Grab-and-go meals will be available to students who did not bring their own lunch. We are also recommending that schools limit recess to social distancing activities on fields. Our custodial teams will be working hard to sanitize high-touch areas every day using a medical-grade solution. Automatic hand sanitizer dispensing stands will be placed at entrances, and individual use bottles will be provided to all school and administrative centers. Classrooms will receive 1-gallon pump bottles. Disinfecting wipes will be available for classrooms and offices. Face masks will be provided for students and building visitors who did not bring their own. Face shields and gowns will be provided for special education staff, students, and bus drivers. Staff working in special capacities will also receive gloves. There will also be additional breaks in the school day for hand washing to ensure that students wash their hands for at least 20 seconds after blowing their nose, coughing, sneezing, before eating, and upon entering the classrooms. Should there be a situation where a student or staff member becomes ill, we will work closely with the local health department to determine the proper response, which could include a short-term school closure for intensive cleaning or other measures. More specific details about the daily schedule for in-person instruction can be found on the Return to School section of our website. For families who choose the virtual learning option, students will attend online class for several hours each day from Tuesday through Friday. Monday will remain a day for special interventions as well as time for teacher planning. Students who are attending school as full-time online students will be expected to participate in live class sessions, and attendance requirements will be the same as in normal school conditions. FCPS will provide laptops to students in need of a device. Students will be using the platforms Google Meet and Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, both of which were used for live online instruction for students in the spring. Students taking classes through the full-time online model should expect larger class sizes than their peers who are taking the same class in person with social distancing at the school. An average class size for in-person instruction will be between 12 to 15 students and can vary based on the size of the room. As much as possible, elementary and middle school students will be served by dedicated online FCPS teachers in a cohort model with other students from their school, region, or division. Online high school students will be assigned FCPS teachers from their schools, region, or the division. In some cases, students may need to access courses through the FCPS online campus or other online provider such as Virtual Virginia. Elective offerings will be dependent on student enrollment and teacher availability. More details regarding the full-time virtual option can also be found on the Return to School section of our website. FAQs will be updated frequently with the most up-to-date information.